Hello everyone. Hey, today I'm out again. Well, the weather is a bit weird. I think it's gonna rain, but I thought I would come out and visit the castle of Fontainebleau. Oh, it's really beautiful. I mean, I've been living in this place for like 3 4 years now, and I've been to the castle before. I've come here before, but I've never been to the backside of the castle. So like there's this huge garden. It's really beautiful. It looks like Versailles, and I think it's amazing. I think it's a good place to shoot a video and give you more information about language learning. So today the topic would be around like a question that people ask me all the time. It's like, how do you manage to learn so many languages at the same time? Today I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not studying or learning all of these languages at the same time, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you how I do that. Okay? Because if you follow me on Instagram, you can see my pictures. You can you see a lot of languages, a lot of resources like books, apps, videos, a lot of things. But you need to understand that I make a difference between studying a language and learning a language. So like as of today, I can speak my mother tongue, which is the Wable language, which is an African language. Then French is my native language, so in my country we speak French. So like Wable language, French, English, Spanish, and Mandarin. Like these five languages, I can say that I can express myself. I can make myself understand in these languages. When it comes to studying, I'm studying these languages because I have a goal for each of them. I want to become a conference interpreter and a translator. So it's important for me to work and to study and to practice my working languages, which are French, English, Spanish, and Mandarin. I want to add Mandarin, so that's why I study a lot. Like I study this language a lot. And when it comes to the languages that I'm learning German and Korean. These are the languages that I don't know well. I'm in the process of knowing these languages, so I do a lot of immersion. That's why I don't study them all the time. You may see me use books few times, but it's not all the time. I just I try them. Like I said, you need to explore. If you want to learn a language, you need to do a lot of exploration. You need to go around and buy books, try them, and then you decide if you're gonna continue using them. Or in my case, what I usually do is I try them. I try them out and I try to see if I can use them, if they're good enough. I can try them for a month and then I switch back to the immersion. It's a lot of back and forth. Like you go forth and then you come back. Because that's language learning. It's a journey. It's not like it's not gonna be something. It's not gonna be the type of journey where you're just going to go straight. Sometimes it's a bit bumpy. The road is a bit bumpy, and you need to stop, you need to pause, you abandon, then you come back. Well, that's it. So now I'm going to talk about each method, studying and learning, so that you're going to understand how I work, and maybe it can inspire you to practice your languages and maybe learn a new one. Let's go. So the languages that I'm studying and practicing, let's say I'm studying, practicing. That's because I can't go to the country. I can't travel. When you want to travel, you want to study abroad, you need money and everything. And honestly, I don't have that kind of money now. So for now, the only thing I can do is stay in France, study these languages from home, and try and make the best out of the materials that I can find on the internet. So like French, when it comes to French, it's my native language. I live in France. I speak French all the time at work, in school, with my friends, with my mom sometimes because we speak our mother tongue like at home. But French is pretty much covered. You know, I read in French. Sometimes I watch the news in French. Hey, hey buddies. It's cute. Sometimes I watch the news in French. I read in French. Well, I'm pretty much in immersion in French all the time. Well, I live in France. Um, English is really, like I said, my third like native language. You know, I've been learning English since I was 4, since I was in Africa. I grew up learning the language, studying the language, loving the language. Um, to be honest, I really love to do absolutely everything in English. So when I'm not working, I would listen to my podcast. I would watch the news. I do absolutely everything in English. I practice and study Spanish and Chinese from English because all the books that I can find are in English. Like the best materials are in English. You know, when it comes to Chinese books, like you have Chinese English books. It's the same in Spanish. You know, Spanish English books, and which can be a bit tricky because living in Europe, it's better for me to learn European Spanish. But I have other resources for that. I have a website and some books that I have from French, Spanish. So these 4 languages are intertwined. Like I study them together. Well, I had to cut the video because there was this huge noise. Anyway, like I was saying, French, English, Spanish, and Chinese are the languages that are, let's say, part of my life. You know, I don't study them all the time. I practice them. Like I immerse myself in these languages. I do absolutely everything. So like in my study plan, if I've decided to study Chinese today, I wake up like in the morning. I listen to podcasts in Chinese. I watch movies. I have this like 3 or 4 hours of immersion. Sometimes 5 hours when the drama is really really good. You know, but 5 hours of immersion, and I do some grammar exercises. I do my lessons. I do some pronunciation practice. I read, I write. This is basically what I do like when I have to study Chinese. When I don't have to study Chinese, when I'm out, like for example, today I came out, I took the bus. When I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna listen to a podcast. I could listen to something in Chinese, in English, in Spanish, in French, anything. Well, I'm not studying these languages, you know, because they're part of my life. So, like, if tomorrow I feel like I'm going to Paris, I want to go shopping or anything, I want to see my friends, I want to take the train, I might decide to watch a movie in English on the train or in Spanish or in French, anything, you know. That's how these languages are part of my life. So, it works for me subconsciously, you know. I absorb the language without effort, without even doing anything special, you know, without sitting at my desk and studying all the time, doing vocabulary, like learning vocabulary lists, doing exercises. No, I don't do that. The thing that you need to understand is if you want to absorb a language, if you want to get good and fluent in a language, without going to the country, because my purpose here for creating this account and my Instagram page was to share with you the method that you can use to learn languages, to become fluent in languages without traveling to the countries where these languages are spoken. You know, if you can't go like me, if you don't have the money to go, or if you don't have the time, anything, you know, you can use the internet, you can use the materials that you have to improve your languages. But that doesn't mean you need to stay at home and study all the time. We have you need to use your time wisely, you know. When you're in the train, if you like to listen to music, you can listen music in Chinese, in Spanish, in French, in English, like in your target language, you know. If you want to listen to podcasts, you can listen to a podcast in your target language. You want to watch a movie, you can watch the movie in your target language, you know. So like, this is how my life is. This is how I live my life, through my languages. These languages are part of me. They are part of my everyday lives. I don't have to of my everyday life. I don't have to change anything, you know. When it comes to Chinese, I remember, like, this is something I did, but this was my choice according to my goal. I want to become a translator and conference interpreter, and I want Chinese to be one of my working languages. So I decided to work part time in order to get to a certain level, like to pass the two first level, HSK1, HSK2 in Chinese. You know, now I think I've reached a reasonable level. So I can use Chinese the way I use English and Spanish and French, and like to improve and progress in a good way, you know, slowly but surely, you know.